So what I have here is some cilantro that apparently had reseeded from last year's plants. There's actually a few different ones in here. There's another little one there. So I will leave those and let them grow, and I may not even have to plant any more cilantro this year.
There's gonna be more as we pull this off. Probably shouldn't have put it on there. Yeah, really.
Hitting a rock. Something like that.
What does that have?
I don't know what it is.
I know Axis has this pot. What is this?
I don't know. I found it tilling up the garden.
Let's clean it.
We will. S-K-Y spells sky.
How?
It
It
just
makes the I
does.
sound.
Sometimes the Y makes an I sound. It's just one of those letters that makes different sounds. True to Arkansas fashion, here we are past the middle of April. We've passed our last frost date. It is snowing, bitter cold winds from the north, and tonight it's supposed to get down to 26 degrees. I've covered all of my tender plants that I could, my tiny little seedlings, cucumbers, beans, etc. Any tender flowers I've covered. And we'll just hope that everything else survives. All of this stuff is stuff that I planted in the winter or lived throughout the winter, so I know it'll be fine. It's all lettuces, kale, onions, spinach, garlic, etc., radishes. So I'm not too worried about any of that, but it's my tiny little things that I got started in the last 2 weeks that I'm really worried about. So most of my cucumbers died in that freeze. I've got like 3 here, possibly 4 that made it, but the rest are all dead. Broccoli and cabbage did fine, and all of my winter cold crops did fine. Didn't even have to cover them. And then my green beans and snap peas that were just barely starting to come up off the ground, I did cover them, and the ones that had come out of the ground already survived because they were covered. But I really haven't seen a lot of sprouts because I feel like the rabbits might be coming in here. So here you can see it's a tiny little snap pea, and there's a lot of baby sunflowers. Oh, there's a couple more. There's a lot of baby sunflowers that are sprouting in this whole row, because this is where I had my sunflowers last year, was all along this northern fence line here. So there's tons of sunflowers sprouts coming up, which is fine. I would like to actually intersperse sunflowers with my green beans and snap peas, and then down there towards the end is where I'll be putting the tomatoes, so I can trellis them up on the fence as well. But other than that, everything looks good. I do have to restart my cucumbers from seed, and so it'll be a late start on them, but that's all right. I really can't complain too bad.